back, everybody. So, Ram 3500s. We're going to be doing a brake change on this thing today. We're going to diagnose and see what's going on with it because it's got a squeal on the front. I kind of already have an idea what's going on with it. And yeah, I've already been looking at it, so I'm kind of dirty. But what happens a lot of times on these trucks is somebody will put an inferior pad on it, and if you're going to haul weight with these trucks, they're going to squeal, they're going to burn, they're going to cause all kinds of issues. I'm going to pull this side off on the other side, confirm what I'm thinking already, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. So let's get into this. All right, so you already know what we're going to need, but in case you don't, we're going to need a 22mm impact. Obviously we're going to need a set of pads and new anti-rattle, some brake lube, torque wrench, a screwdriver, a ratchet with a 16mm socket, and a little bit of oil. And we'll get to that and I'll show you what I do with that. So let's make this happen. Now it's pretty simple really, because when you get in here, if you look, you have bolt here and bolt here. That's a 16mm. So I'm going to reach in here, crack them loose, and they'll come out with your fingers if it's in good condition. If it's not, sometimes it won't actually do that, but that one's a little tighter on the bottom. All right, that's loose. So what we're going to do, we're just going to spin these out. Yeah, I know this is going to be a fairly quick video, but at least that way you know what we got to do on the front of these. Alright, so now this is where the screwdriver comes in. Pull up here and it should pop right out of there like it's nothing really. Sometimes you got to get a little persuasion on the bottom. And we'll just set it right up here. So let's go ahead and pull this pad out of here. And now you can see what I'm talking about. So if you look right here on this pad, you can see the stripes in it. And that's been really hot. That's been hot. And that's due to the fact that these pads are actually not really designed for heavy tow and heavy hauling. This individual actually pulls a camper with it, so I'm telling you now, this is not a heavy-duty pad. This is just a standard semi-metallic pad, looks like. And what we're going to be replacing it with is actually the heavy-duty ceramic. It's got metallic compound in it as well, but it's a different mixture designed to handle more heat. So that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the video, is what causes a squeak and a rattle. These pads don't really look like they're all that bad, honestly, and they would last a little while, but eventually you're going to run into issues with where you're getting warped rotors, because I can already see heat bands starting to form in this rotor, and if we didn't change these out, this would actually end up causing more damage. Okay, already got this one lubed up. So we'll get it in here. We'll go ahead and get it seated. Now what this is actually it's high heat lubricant that has a little ceramic in it itself, and it's actually designed for brakes. What it does, it doesn't break down over heat, and it allows the pad to slide freely to where it doesn't lock up and have other issues once you get brake dust in there. And they're in, so now we just reverse the process, put this back on, make sure your bleeder screw's pointing up. Obviously, if you have to replace a caliper on it, you don't have enough room on this one, but you know, you'll get it down here and it should be opened up just enough. You can move your sliders out of the way, and there we go. Grab your bolt. Now this is where the oil comes in. So once it gets flowing here, a little oil there, a little oil there. And what I'm going to do is put the lug nuts back on. Now what that does, that actually ensures that you get the proper torque on these, because these got a torque to 145 foot-pounds. So I'll go through a little oil and then I'll torque it down properly after I impact it with my impact. So let's go ahead and get these oiled. And we're almost done. All right, so once we get the dual wheels out of the way, it's fairly easy to get to, and it's the same principle as the front. So the only thing you gotta watch on your rear is your torque. You have to make sure that the dual wheels, the inner is torqued to 145 and your outer is torqued to 145. So that way, you know, you're not gonna be pulling something and then it's gonna get loose and shear a lug nut off, because let me tell you, once these lugs shear, you got a problem. They'll take them all out. But let's go ahead and get these changed, and I'll show you the thing, what we gotta do. So okay, so what you saw me doing with the screwdriver there, I was actually prying out the little tabs that goes on these. That's part of your anti-rattle, and that keeps it from, you know, like I said, rattling while you're driving down the road when you're not on the brake. And also, I stuck it in between the rotor and the caliper itself to make sure that there was no, you know, the little clip was flush with the caliper bracket, so that way it's not touching the rotor and making any annoying noises, and it's just, you know, horrendous. So that's all I was doing with that. But the only thing we got left now is get the wheels back on this thing, and this beast is done. Alright, so there it is. We got it done, and that's really all there is to it. You know, I can't stress enough your wheel torque. These torque on 145 foot-pounds, and like I said, that's why, you know, if you're going to do it, make sure that you have it torqued properly with a torque wrench like I did, inner and outer on the rear, and, you know, obviously you only have one on the front, so make sure you torque it. But that's kind of, you know, where we're at on it. But hopefully this helps anybody that's needing to look. But if you like what we're doing, you want to see more of it, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks.